Hey, what's up guys? It's Coach Matt over here, Primal Athlete Training Center, www.primalatc.com. You know, for the past few days we've been doing a lot of talk on training for track and field and training specifically for throwers. And over the past few videos I've been answering questions about the difference between building size, building strength, building speed, and building endurance with the typical barbell, dumbbell lifts that you're going to be doing when you're in the gym. And the past few videos we've talked about the difference in the amount of sets, the amount of reps, and the amount of weight that you should be doing to build strength, to build speed, to build size, or to build endurance. And if you have any questions on that, please just refer to the older videos underneath the Primal ATC channel that you see up above. It's the last one or two videos that we've done before this one. The other thing that we wanted to cover, we've got a lot of questions that came in that were kind of confusing the tempo, how quickly you should be lifting the weight and the percentages for the particular sets and reps for each different way that you can train, whether it's size, strength, speed, or endurance. So we want to go over that today. Now, first thing that you need to do, what makes it a little bit easier, is if you have an idea of what your max or your estimated max is for each of the big lifts, whether that's, for a lot of people that means bench press, squat, and deadlift. Those are sort of your three big power lifts. It might be different. You might like to do incline bench press a little bit more. You might like to do a front squat instead of a regular back squat. You might have a specialty bar like a safety squat bar or whatever it might be. We use the safety squat bar here and we love it. You guys might have different bars that you like to use or different equipment that you like to use. Either way, it works out the same way. What we're dealing with is percentages of your max or estimated max, the amount of sets, the amount of reps, and the tempo. Now, tempo is what we're covering today. Last video we talked about strength, and if you had to build strength, you're going to be upwards of 80 to 100% of your max. You're going to be doing that for about 5 to 6 sets of anywhere from that kind of 3 to 5, maybe even 6 rep range at a certain percentage. Okay? So what we want to do is estimate good even numbers about 250 pounds. If I had a 250 pound max bench press, when we're looking for power and we're looking for strength, 80% for about a set of 3 or 4 is going to fall right in that category. Okay, then we'll build up from there. So we want to show you the tempo, we want to show you the speed of what 80% when you're building strength should look like for a set of 3 or 4. So 80%, we've already kind of got the bar set up. We're going to do this the ugly way. We're going to throw 45s on the end. Anyone that knows me knows I'm like breaking the cardinal rule of my gym. I am super OCD about the order and the brand of weights and how they go in order. That's just me, I guess. So we're breaking the cardinal rule of Primal. We're putting the 45s on the end, making it kind of one of these wacky looking bars. All right, so when we're dealing with strength, we're going to do 80%, which is 200 pounds. So 80% of 250, 200 pounds. We're going to do it for a set of 3. Now this is just a regular working set. This might be the second or the third or the fourth set of your day. So a set of 3, this will be the tempo. So that's the speed, that's the tempo that we want this lift to be done at. Now, when we are actually working on building speed, okay, the other important part of throwing, of course, not only strength, but how quickly you move. So when we're talking about building speed, we want to be down somewhere in that 40 to 50% of your 1 rep max or your estimated 1 rep max. So we're looking at 250, 50% of 250 is about 125 pounds. So we'll take the 45s off there, and we're going to bring it down to, I think it's 110, 120 pounds, whatever it works out to be. So we're going to show you the tempo and the speed of the bar when you're looking to train yourself to become more explosive and faster. You know, here at Primal, a lot of people will ask questions that give us crap because we don't do a lot of the traditional Olympic lifts, things like, you know, power cleans, hang cleans, snatches, and whatnot. But we do a lot of explosive movement. We do a lot of explosive lifting. And hopefully this gives you guys sort of an example of what I mean. So for building speed, we want to do more sets for less reps at a minimum weight. So somewhere in that 40 to 50% range. And the speed we're looking at is this, the tempo of the lift, the speed of the bar. If we're doing, say, 9 sets of 3, a set of 3, we're going to go 3 reps, and then we're going to rack it. Take about a minute, go to your second set of 3, take a minute, third set of 3. You're going to do 9 sets of 3 as explosively as possible, or whatever it calls for, 10 sets of 2 or 8 sets of 3, whatever it might be. But that's how you build the explosive speed. For hypertrophy, for gaining size, just to show you the difference, for gaining size, you're going to take somewhere in that 70% range. And you're going to do your typical bodybuilding, you know, 5 sets of 8, 4 sets of 10, 4 sets of 8, 3 sets of 12. Medium amount of sets, medium amount of reps with a medium weight. The more time you spend under tension, the bigger you're going to get. Okay, so we're going to just stay with this weight because I don't want to switch the weights on and off again, it takes too long. We're going to stay with this weight and show you the tempo of a set of 10. So if you're building hypertrophy, medium weight, 70%, 60, 70%, set of 10. So hopefully this shows you that hypertrophy, this type of lifting that we just did, 4 sets of 8, 5 sets of 8, 4 sets of 10, whatever it might be, with sort of a medium to heavy weight, doesn't really fit what we do in the circle. So as the in-season approaches, we need to figure out what do we need to do, how can we lift in the weight room that's going to translate into the throwing circles. Well, doing a medium weight that slowly, spending that much time under tension, we really don't do in the circle. Our movement is strength, our movement is explosion and speed and power. And the way you do that is by blending strength and blending speed and explosive power in the weight room. So we want to stick with the first 2 examples that we give. A heavier weight for sets of 3 and a really light weight for sets of 3, moving the bar as quickly as we possibly can. The light weight with a set of 3 as quickly as we possibly can, we can slow that down and do it a number of times. Do it for set of 12, set of 15. That's endurance. That's what we don't want to do. We don't want to build endurance because that's even worse than that hypertrophy. We want to keep the weight light but move the weight as quickly as we possibly can. Okay, so hopefully this gives you guys an idea of what we mean by tempo and bar speed when we're dealing with speed and when we're dealing with strength. If there's any other questions, please let me know. Leave your questions underneath this video in the YouTube comment section. The other thing, guys, please spread the word. Please share these videos, whether it's on Twitter or Facebook or whatever it might be. Email them to your friends. Let your coaches know. Let your teammates know. There are people out there that really need this help, and we've managed to get out to a lot of different throwers and coaches all around the world. But there are still people every day that send me emails telling me that they had no idea that this even existed. So make sure, do everyone a favor, share these videos, let people know that Primal is out there, that we want to help out as many throwers and coaches as possible. So share the links. You can get the link from down below in the YouTube section. Let everyone know. We'll build that community of throwers that are sharing info, and that's how everyone's going to get better. Keep sharing the info. Keep asking your questions. Hope to hear from you soon.